Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I filmed last. I was doing vlogmas, I was going strong. I think I was on day 17 or 18 and then I ended up getting sick. So I was in bed for the week after that and then I got better right before Christmas. So I'm doing better now. I think I had the flu, but it's all good. We're back in action on YouTube. So I'm hoping to do more consistent videos now that I'm back and kind of have that little vlogmas experience under my belt. So thank you for joining again today. If you're new, my name is Kelly. I go by Coach Kelly on Instagram and here on YouTube. And I make health, fitness, and lifestyle content. I'm a health and fitness coach from Michigan. So if you would like, you can subscribe down below and hit the bell icon to be notified every time I upload a new video so you don't miss out on any of this good info that I'm gonna give you. So let's get started with today's video. So I'm going to be talking about ACE today, which is the American Council on Exercise, and my group fitness instructor certification that I received over the summer because I never really gave a full review on it or pros and cons. And I did make a video on IIN, or the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I did a review of that and I had a ton of people asking specific questions on whether they should go to IIN or not. So I figured I would just do a review on my fitness coach certification while I'm at it. And also, side note about IIN, if you're interested in becoming a health coach, I just got access to a referral toolbox that I didn't have before. And I could send you a sample class, a program overview, and some curriculum overview of IIN. So if you're interested, you can always message me on Instagram or I'll put my email down below. But honestly, Instagram's the way to go because I can see it a lot quicker. So you can always let me know if you're interested in that program, and if you use my name you get up to 30% off of the program. So great deal, great info, but now we'll head into my review of ACE. So a little background on me really quickly before starting, because this kind of leads into why I got my fitness coach certification. So I ended up going to Oakland University in Michigan, and I studied nutrition. I have a bachelor's in health sciences, and then I concentrated in nutrition and health. So I'm technically a nutritionist in Michigan. And then I got my first corporate job and I didn't end up liking it. So I realized corporate life really isn't for me. So I went to IIN, got my health coaching certification, and realized it's really hard to start your own business from the ground up without having any community or connections or network. So I kind of was back to the drawing board, went back to looking at different corporate jobs and couldn't really find anything that I really fell in love with. And I went through so many interviews, closed door after closed door, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was going to fitness classes at the time at Lifetime, and then F45 reached out to me and offered for me to be an influencer for their studio. So I ended up doing that, and I fell in love with the team and the trainers and just everyone there and the environment in general. And I was like, you know what? I wish I was doing what they were doing. Like, I was taking the class and I was looking at them and I was like, I wish I could do what they're doing. They seem so excited, and I know that I'm excited about fitness and health, and I'm really passionate. I have the knowledge, I have the background, so why shouldn't I do that? And at the time I was also going to Lifetime classes, and I talked to the instructor there and I said, I'm really interested in becoming a fitness coach. Where do I get started? Where did you get your certification? And she told me ACE. So that's kind of how I landed on ACE. I said, okay, I'm gonna go there. And that's just how I operate. I'm just pretty spontaneous with that kind of stuff. I just went to the website, added it to the cart, and bought it. So they have deals all the time. So I think the basic package was $269, I believe. And I ended up getting that and starting my group fitness coach certification. They also offer personal training and health coaching as well. So that's kind of on the side, but I chose the group fitness instructor certification because I really was inspired by all the trainers at F45 and at Lifetime. So now that's kind of the background on where I kind of found ACE and how I stumbled across it. And now I'm going to go into the pros and cons and kind of giving my overall review of the program. So I guess while we're talking about price, I'll just talk about the price of the program because I definitely think it's a pro. So like I said, the basic package, which comes with just one practice test and it doesn't come with a retest voucher. So basically if you don't pass the exam, you have to pay to retake it. But I kind of trusted myself with the basic package and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go for that because the next step up was a little bit more money. So I ended up saying, you know, basic is fine and it comes with an ebook. So it doesn't come with a hardcover book. So that's something to keep in mind, but I didn't mind that either. I just picked the basic package, it was on sale, added it to the cart, bought it. So that is a really big pro though, because for my health coaching certification, it was, let's just say it was in the thousands of dollars and this was only, you know, a few $100s, which was great. So I definitely think that is a pro. Second pro is that it's online. It's completely virtual and everything opens up all at once. Where with IIN, my health coaching program, they only opened up modules every single week. This one, it's all open at the same time, and then I think there's around 13 chapters. You read the material in the book, which I highly recommend actually reading, and I actually had my laptop on one side and my notebook on the other, and I took notes the entire time. And then you watch some videos after you read, and then you take a little quiz at the end of each chapter, and you kind of chug along until you get to the end, which is I think chapter 13, and then you take a practice test, and then you take the exam. So it's really quick. That is a big pro, is that it's just a quick program. You can do it in your own time, and it's virtual. The other pro is that it's completely easy to follow even if you don't have a fitness background. I personally didn't. I only had a nutrition background. I learned a little about exercise in college and I have obviously worked out and gone to classes like I said before, but I had never been the instructor. I never studied kinesiology. I only had one anatomy class in college and I honestly like barely passed it. So honestly, you don't need a fitness coach background or fitness background in general to take the course, which I think is awesome. It's very easy to follow. I would say the hardest chapter is anatomy, but you might like anatomy, so that might be easier for you. But for me, I am so bad with anatomy, so that was the hardest one for me. But other than that, it's very easy to follow. A big pro is that it's NCCA accredited, which studios and gyms definitely look at when they go to hire someone. If your certification is not accredited, it doesn't look as great, so you definitely want to make sure that it's NCCA accredited, which is the National Commission for Certifying Agencies. Let me make sure I got that right. I did, okay. And that sets a really high standard for professional certification, so you definitely want to go through somewhere that has that. Another pro is that it allows you to work in an actual fitness studio or a gym pretty much immediately after if you can find one. There's always openings at different gyms. Even during the pandemic, gyms are still open. A lot of fitness studios are still open. F45 is open right now. I had a job all throughout quarantine and after quarantine, so there still are jobs available, and we're actually opening a second studio. So if you're from Metro Detroit, we're opening one in Plymouth. So if you're interested, we're definitely hiring trainers right now, or at least within the next few months. So let me know if you're interested. So that's a great example of how the fitness industry is still happening. Obviously, COVID has definitely put a wrench in things and definitely messed up our timeline, but we're still trying to move forward in 2021. So there's definitely still jobs available. ACE also offers continuing education credits, and you need 2 credits after 2 years of finishing your certification, and they offer them to you and you can go in and pick which one that you want. So I think that's really cool. And you also have to get your CPR certification, and they offered that online. So you could take it completely online, and you could take your test completely online as well, or you could take it in person. So I think it's great that they have tons of options for either virtual, or if you want to go in person, you can. So they're very flexible, especially with COVID. I did the CPR and the actual exam on my laptop and just in the comfort of my own home. So that was great. One thing to keep in mind is that it's not a personal training certification. If you want to do that, you can also take that through ACE. NASM also provides that as well, and there's other places too, but it's not a personal training certification. So some gyms require you to have a PT certification, some don't. F45 was okay with me just having group fitness, but that's something to keep in mind. So look at the jobs that you do or places you do want to work at and see what they require. And those are really all of my pros, and I guess that's kind of my review of the program in general. I kind of like threw in my review with the pros. The only con that I honestly thought of is that it could be a con if you're just learning everything online and everything's given to you right away. If you're not a self-starter and not very self-motivated, it can be kind of a lot and overwhelming. But I would say that if you have been to high school or college or have ever gotten any other certifications, it's kind of similar, and it's really not all that bad, and you can finish pretty timely if you stay concentrated. I would say you could finish in a couple months if you really stuck with it. So I would say it could be a con if you don't have a very motivated personality, but I'm assuming if you're going to be a fitness coach, you already do. So that was really the only con that I could think of. Maybe the fact that you have to pay for a retest if you don't pass. I think that's probably a con. For some people, I think it's a couple $100s. So that could definitely be an issue. But everything else, I honestly had like a really great positive experience with the certification in general, and I thought it was great. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about just briefly is what the program actually covers. And it covers anatomy, like I said, muscle groups, which are really important when you're actually a fitness instructor, and then kind of like how to motivate people and kind of how to present yourself in front of others for a class, how to set up a class. It goes through a warm-up, the actual workout, cool down, stretching, different benefits of group exercise, how to get people involved within a group, and I would say that's pretty much everything. So just kind of like how to be a group fitness instructor, and also the muscle groups that are used when someone's exercising, benefits of exercising, things like that. So where I'm at now is I am a trainer at F45, so they ended up offering me a job after the influencer program during quarantine, and I was considered a virtual trainer. I didn't end up liking it because I was just so overwhelmed because I had never trained before, but I helped them with their social media, and then once everything opened back up, I was helping them in person with training, and I have honestly really liked it ever since. And now I do their social media still, and I just do it by myself, and I do their graphics and emails, newsletters, things like that. And it's been really great, and I really love it. So I have a really great success story after ACE, and it's really honestly changed my whole life working at F45, and I really love it. I love the team I work for. So I'll link all of that information down below if you're from Metro Detroit and you want to check us out. I'll link everything in the description box on how to get started. We have a few trials going on right now, a 1-week free trial, and there's other sales that we have going on as well. So I'll link all that info down below. But I wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any specific questions, be sure to leave them down below. Email me or message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll be sure to get back to you. I appreciate all of the support that you always give me, and it just really means a lot to me. So thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.